Thank you for taking your time to view this presentation. We sincerely appreciate your interest. In this presentation, I will discuss the Georgia Envirothon, the North American Envirothon, why this presentation is relevant and important, and how you can be involved. The Georgia Envirothon, offered in cooperation with the North American Envirothon, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization established in 1995 to provide hands-on, science-based training in natural resources and ecology to high school students in a challenging, fun, and competitive outdoor experience. The mission of the North American and Georgia Envirothons is to develop knowledgeable, skilled, and dedicated citizens who have an understanding of natural resources and are willing and prepared to work towards achieving and maintaining a balance between the quality of life and the quality of the environment. It creates a completely unique educational opportunity for high school students and is the only environmental curriculum with a major emphasis on connecting students and teachers with environmental professionals. The competition is centered on ecosystem planning and management in 4 universal testing categories: soils and land use, aquatic ecology, forestry, and wildlife, and a 5th category that changes annually to reflect a current environmental issue. Teams, consisting of 5 students, are led by a volunteer advisor and usually meet from late autumn until spring. Each team competes in its respective regional competition. From here, the top 12 teams advance to the state competition, or one team then advances to represent Georgia at the North American Envirothon. Teams rotate between 5 stations with 45 minutes to complete each test. Written questions consist of narrative responses, true-false, fill-in-the-blank, multiple choice, and matching. Hands-on questions range from tree ID and the use of a clinometer, locating soil horizons in a soil pit, wildlife pelt, skull, or track ID, aquatic invertebrate ID, and watershed delineation. Sponsors are critical to the success of the Envirothon competition. They may provide volunteers and knowledge, financial resources, or merchandise and gear donations. The sponsor list to the right can be found on the Georgia Envirothon website. The North American Envirothon is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization established to coordinate the delivery of an environmental education program for high school students throughout North America. Historically, there have been 44 states, 8 Canadian provinces, and 1 U.S. territory that have competed in the Envirothon. Established in Pennsylvania in 1979 as the Environmental Olympics, the Envirothon hosted its first national competition in 1988. Envirothon celebrated its 25th anniversary in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania in 2012. At the state or provincial level, the pre-North American competitions vary in length of time and size of participation. The North American competition lasts for approximately 1 week, consists of training sessions, local excursions, social events, concerts, networking opportunities, and most importantly, testing. In addition to the station testing, students spend an entire day preparing an oral presentation to be delivered the following day regarding their solution to the current environmental issue that was presented to them. Some topics include non-point source pollution, low-impact development, sustainable rangeland management, and sustainable farming. It is North America's largest high school environmental education competition. It influences more than 500,000 young people across the country, and it gives over $107,000 in scholarships to top teams every year. The image at the bottom of the screen shows some of the North American Envirothon sponsors. So why is this relevant and important? This is one of the greatest ways to influence the next generation of natural resource professionals and future environmental stewards. Secondly, the Coalition of Natural Resource Societies, CNRS, has determined that it is critical to invest in the future of the profession as well as a general understanding of our natural resources. In the June 2012 edition of Fisheries, the CNRS produced an article titled Natural Resource Education and Employment Conference Report and Recommendations. I have highlighted pertinent areas of this article. The future of natural resource management and conservation depends on having a workforce of well-trained, dedicated professionals across the public, private, and non-governmental sectors. CNRS represents and supports tens of thousands of wildlife, fisheries, forestry, and range professionals. At present, CNRS members are the Wildlife Society, the American Fisheries Society, the Society of American Foresters, and the Society for Range Management. The article discussed this trend. Enrollment in traditional natural resource programs has been steadily decreasing. Some solutions are youth engagement. The field therefore needs to increase its visibility in today's popular culture through new and existing avenues that appeal to young people. Many students come from urban backgrounds without opportunities to fish, farm, hunt, birdwatch, or engage in other outdoor experiences. We need to broaden our outreach. To incorporate nature into the classroom, we need closer associations with teachers and school organizations. To expose high school students to natural resource careers, and to bring natural resource awareness back to the classroom. We should work more closely with math and science teachers to help cultivate an interest in natural resources in their students. Some actions and recommendations. Michael Hutchins of the Wildlife Society agreed to take the lead and said TWS and the American Fisheries Society would develop a list of partners with whom to work on initiatives aimed at youth engagement. This is a critical element of the strategy as professional scientific societies do not normally focus on youth from K to 12. Natural Resource Societies should develop career materials. Once the partners are on board, the societies should work with them on creating K through 12 information and disseminating it through appropriate avenues. Envirothon would be an ideal partner to meet these objectives. Societies should promote interest in natural resources and expand student involvement through their university chapters, student conclaves, and conferences, and consider cross-fertilization with other societies or related organizations. To go deeper into the article, surveys of employers, including state agencies, industry, and NGOs, have routinely found that new employees lack the soft skills needed for their jobs. The most important of these, as identified by a diverse suite of employers, are communication skills, which include effective oral and written communication, along with listening well and asking good questions. The employers also emphasize the importance of decision-making and problem-solving skills. As a reminder, Envirothon students are given a scenario on a current environmental subject. They work with their teammates to develop a solution to the problem. Once that solution is developed, they give a presentation in front of a panel of judges who grade them accordingly. To continue with the article, effective oral and written communication, teamwork, and critical thinking that are all areas that employers have identified through surveys as important but lacking in many new hires. Another way to extend our reach to high school and university students is to replicate or expand on existing successful programs. To conclude, we are facing increasing demands to expand our natural resources education programs to meet the challenges of a changing world. There is clearly a need for us to promote important skills such as critical thinking, effective communication, and approaches for continuous learning. We hope that this summit will jumpstart a collective effort to adapt natural resource education to these changing circumstances in ways that will increase its stature, legitimacy, and influence. How can you be involved? Spread the word. Awareness and exposure are essential. Volunteer. Or give financially through tax-deductible donations. The Georgia Envirothon Council and the North American Envirothon Board of Directors will be hosting the 2014 North American Envirothon at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia. This is a unique opportunity to bring natural resource education to the forefront of public attention in Georgia and nationally. We need your help to make the 2014 North American Envirothon a success. We want to represent the state of Georgia and the natural resource profession in a way that increases its stature, legitimacy, and influence. Consider connecting us to individuals and groups who may also be interested in meeting the objectives and goals of Envirothon. We are looking for short or long-term financial support from both natural resource-related as well as non-affiliated companies, organizations, and individuals. To support the 2014 North American Envirothon competition and/or the Georgia Envirothon, financially or otherwise, please contact us at 2014envirothon@gmail.com. Thank you for your time. We appreciate your support as we promote environmental awareness and education. If you'd like more information, please visit georgiaenvirothon.org or envirothon.org. Thank you.